And welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This first video of Friday is going to be a preview of the Celtic women's side's very important game against Rangers women tonight. This is the Sky Sports or Scottish Women's League Cup semi-final. Game's going to be at the Excelsior Stadium in Airdrie, 7:35 tonight, live on TV. And it's a game I've actually got tickets for myself to go and see. Hopefully not too freezing cold watching the Girls tonight. Big game for a lot of reasons. Obviously, Cup semi-final with the prospect of a final and a new trophy. Also, Elena Seduku's first game as Celtic head coach, and obviously a big game against our biggest rivals and a chance to get revenge on the 2-1 loss in the SWPL a couple of months ago, which obviously would give Celtic that boost for the next league fixture against Rangers, when Celtic potentially could take over again at the top of the table. So, I've been watching the YouTube videos on the official Celtic site. Very, very impressive first session for Elena and the girls in training a couple of days ago. She looks like a very dynamic coach, very good at explaining her ideas and her plans and tactics, and also listened to her extended press conference yesterday. And again, she speaks very intelligently, obviously a deep thinker about the game, very much believes in keeping the ball and attacking, but also defending sensibly. She was also suggesting that her way of playing is very similar to the way that Fran Alonso has had the team playing over the last few seasons, and so I don't see any big changes to the way that Celtic play or the basic formation. And she did say that any changes to the tactics and the team, etc., would be slowly introduced over the next weeks and months. And in yesterday's press conference, Elena was indicating that her challenge is to win the treble, win the Scottish Women's Premier League for the first time for Celtic, and then forge ahead and progress further and further in the Women's Champions League next season. So she obviously has set herself very high goals, and her other main plan for Celtic is to continue to develop young players from Celtic's academy, and Celtic already do have quite a number of the academy graduates moving into the first team, players such as Clare Goldie, Tyree Birchall, Amy Sharkey, and several others who've all moved up just recently. And talking of Clare Goldie signed her first full professional contract just yesterday, 2.5 years deal, taking her up to summer 2026. She's a very talented young player, midfield, and also can play up front. So far this season, 1 start and 10 substitute appearances with 3 goals, and her stats for passing, tackling, shooting, and scoring are all very much in the top few percent, and so she is clearly a very talented young player. And like Tyree Birchall, I think she's going to get better and better and better as she gets older, stronger, and fitter and more experienced. And I think Celtic are very lucky to have her and Birchall in the team and in the squad. On the same topic, Celtic and Hearts had a swap deal for goalkeepers. Rachel Johnston, who has been away on loan at Spartans, has joined Hearts, and Celtic have signed in the swap deal Lisa Rodgers, who is currently 17 but will be 18 in a couple of weeks' time. Lisa Rodgers, an extremely talented young goalkeeper, even though she's only 17. She's been in the Hearts first team squad for the last couple of years, and indeed did play the last game of the season for Hearts at Celtic Park last season. In the last game of the season, was able to cope with a much bigger crowd than usual in that last game. Lisa Rodgers is actually the very experienced goalkeeper. She has 16 youth team Scotland international caps and 11 under 19 caps, which is very impressive given the fact that she is only 17 going on 18. She also is signed on a 2.5 year deal, and so I can easily see her moving in very rapidly to be the main backup to our very good American goalkeeper Kelsey Doherty. So moving on to tonight's game against Rangers at the Excelsior, 7:35 kickoff. Also will be live on TV tonight. I am very hopeful that Celtic are going to win. I think the home advantage is going to be a factor. I think a large partisan Celtic crowd supporting the Girls to victory also important, and I think also Celtic do have, apart from missing Kit Lefersky, will have their strongest possible 11 out there, and what's more important, I think they will have this time quite a lot of impact players to come off the bench to change the match, which slightly contrasting to the 2-1 loss a couple of months ago in the league, where Celtic took the lead through Caitlin Hayes. Rangers got themselves back into the game and then got a victory, and Celtic didn't seem really terribly able to change things to get back on top in the game. You can easily see this being quite a cagey game. What I am certainly hoping for is that Elena Sidiku will keep going with Celtic's standard 3-5-2. The benefit of that system also is that on the right, in particular, Paolo Partido is both a right-sided wide player, but also can play in the fullback role, and so I think it actually does nullify one of Rangers' strong points, which is pace down the flanks. I think Craig, Clark, and Hayes are the best defensive partnership in the league by far, and I think the extra protection potentially of Partido in front, which wasn't the case against Rangers the last time, will give Celtic that bit more solidity. Previously, Chloe Craig has also been played in a defensive midfield role against Rangers, which didn't work out quite so well last time, and so I'm very hopeful that we'll go with our best 11 in their best positions, with that wee bit flexibility of extra steel in the midfield, and also the cover that Paolo Partido can provide down the right in particular. So, in terms of starting 11, going to go obviously for Kelsey Doherty in goals, back three of Chloe Craig, Kelly Clark, the captain, and Caitlin Hayes. In midfield, Paolo Partido out on the right. Midfield, central three of Shen Mengyu, Natalie Ross, who has been playing it really very well just recently, and Colette Kavanagh, a player who can mix it with the best of people in midfield, and also a very creative left-sided central midfielder. And on the left, I would expect that we're going to go with Shen Menglu, much more pace, attack down the outside. There is the option of using Lucy Ashworth Clifford or Maria McInerney, or even Iman Noor Addy, but I think best to go for the experienced left-sided wide Chinese international Shen Menglu. Up front, I think in terms of the two strikers, I would go with Amy Gallagher up front with Murphy Agnew slightly behind her. The other option would be to play the much younger and more inexperienced Tiny Birchall. Probably does offer a wee bit more attacking threat than Murphy Agnew. However, I think Murphy Agnew's um, main strength in this context is that wee bit more experience of playing at the highest level, playing big games in Europe and America, and also Agnew is particularly good at bringing midfield and wide players into the game, joining up the attack, getting into the box, and finishing goals and setting up partners. Uh, in particular, in this case, Amy Gallagher. So I think we're going to go with Murphy Agnew and Amy Gallagher up front together. That means on the bench we're going to have the talent of uh, Tyree Birchall, Celia Barclay, Maria McInerney, Clare Goldie, Lucy Ashworth Clifford, Sydney Cummings, and Jenny Smith, and backup goalkeeper also, which may be Lisa Rodgers, or it may be just a wee bit too soon to bring her into the first team fold. I think that starting 11 and subs bench gives Celtic all the options covered, gives us an attacking threat, strength in midfield, a bit of steel in midfield as well to win the ball back, and also a strong back three and a very good goalkeeper. So, as I said, planning to watch the game live tonight. Got tickets for the game, um, and will do possibly a video on Saturday morning. Depends on ability to set up all the filming facilities, as I will be staying away for a couple of days on weekend break holiday. So that just about finishes things off for today. What I'll do is I'll also leave you at the end of this video the goals from the Montrose match where we won 9-0. A little um, extract of the BBC Scotland sports website coverage with a copyright disclaimer to go with that. And so for today, thanks for watching. Good luck to the girls tonight against Rangers. Hopefully not too cold for watching the game for an old man like me. And so chat again tomorrow or Sunday. And hail, hail.